If you want to become a financial planner in 2021, this video is especially for you. I get this question on a regular basis, loads of emails each month from blog readers, podcast listeners, and YouTube viewers who are all keen to start their career in financial planning. In this video, I've pulled together the main things and the 3 steps you need to think about if this is something that you're interested in doing. Before I get into the steps you need to consider, I have to say it is a fantastic career, it really is. There is a relatively small number of financial planners in the UK, combined with a large and rising demand for advice. That's because more of the post-war baby boomer generation are reaching retirement age and they've got their accumulated pension, property and investment wealth. At the same time, there's this opportunity to serve younger investors, including entrepreneurs and young professionals who need coaching and guidance to build a long-term financial plan and also to avoid potentially disastrous investment decisions. The money is good. According to the recruiter Reed, the average financial advisor salary in the UK is £70,000 a year, but in reality, the sky is the limit. The more fee income you generate for your employer, the more you'll get paid. A good rule of thumb is a salary of 1/3 of your generated fees. Bring in, say, £500,000 a year of fee income into a financial planning business, and it's realistic to expect to be paid £160,000 a year. I know several financial planners who earn significantly more than top city lawyers. But of course, it's not all about the money. Financial planning is a career option where you can genuinely help people. You help clients avoid mistakes, put in place valuable protection should the worst happen, understand the best decisions to make during stressful times. It's an incredibly privileged position where you get to know people and their personal circumstances, goals and objectives. Your clients will grow to trust the advice that you give them. With all of that in mind, how do you become a financial planner in 2021? The main routes into the profession back in the day when I got started around 20 years ago were through insurance companies or banks. I started as what's called a broker consultant for 2 large insurance companies, effectively acting as a technical salesperson, selling products from those insurance companies through financial advisors. Other financial planners I know today got started working at banks, selling investment, pension and protection products to bank customers while gaining valuable experience in the process. Sadly, these entry points to the profession are in very short supply today. If you want to become a financial planner in 2021, you probably need to find another way in. So step number 1 in most cases is to get yourself into a financial planning business in any capacity and then work your way up to the position of financial planner. I have to be a little bit careful when I use that term, work your way up, in this respect, because the roles of administrator and paraplanner within the financial planning profession are incredibly valuable. It's a bit like a 3-legged stool. Remove the administrator, paraplanner or financial planner from the business and the stool would just fall over. But assuming that you're not a qualified and experienced financial planner already, this is where you're going to need to start. You need to learn your trade, and there's no better way of getting experience than being within the business itself, learning from those with years of experience, even decades of experience in some cases. Please be clear with your prospective employer that you have got ambitions to become a financial planner. That might well put some bosses off as they're looking to recruit someone that's prepared to stay in that administration or trainee paraplanning role for a long time, but others will relish the opportunity to grow their own talent, to mould a financial planner in the image of themselves, perhaps even creating their own future succession plan. Step number 2 is to get yourself qualified. Since the end of 2012, the minimum qualification requirement for a financial advisor in the UK is equivalent to a diploma level or RQF level 4, equivalent to the first year of an undergraduate university degree. The qualification that we see most commonly comes from the Chartered Insurance Institute, the CII, and it's called the Diploma in Regulated Financial Planning. This is from the CII's website. The RQF Level 4 Diploma in Regulated Financial Planning meets the FCA's qualification requirements for retail investment advisors, developing core technical knowledge and financial planning capabilities across 6 core areas. This exam, this qualification requires an average of 370 hours of study, although that amount will vary depending on any prior knowledge you've got and how quickly you're able to grasp the various subjects. There are 6 exam units to complete. They're called Financial Services Regulation and Ethics. That was pretty dull, but it provides a very important foundation for the rest of your study. There's Investment Principles and Risk, Personal Taxation, Pensions and Retirement Planning, Financial Protection, and then Financial Planning Practice. With the exception of that last exam module, which brings together all of your knowledge from studying the other modules, the exams are multiple choice format. The first two exams are 2 hours long each, they've got 100 multiple choice questions each, and a notional pass mark of 65%. The next three are each 1 hour exams with 50 multiple choice questions, and then that final module, Financial Planning Practice, is a 3-hour exam with 2 written case studies all about financial planning practice. You get those case studies a couple of weeks ahead of the exam, so you've got some time to prepare what you're going to say, what your answers look like. For each exam paper, between 6 and 7 in 10 students pass. They aren't easy, and the study can be quite involved, but they're not impossible either. If you're already in the habit of studying, for example, you've come straight out of college or uni, and you're able to find ways to apply the knowledge in real life scenarios, which is what makes working in a financial planning business incredibly valuable, then these exams are certainly doable. I should point out at this stage that other professional bodies are also available, offering different exams and routes to becoming qualified as a financial advisor. As an employer, I'm quite snobbish when it comes to this. I probably shouldn't be, but when I see candidates qualified through the Chartered Insurance Institute, I automatically rate them higher than those with exams from other institutes. For example, the London Institute of Banking and Finance, who have got a diploma for financial advisors. It's silly because it's subject to exactly the same standards as the CII qualification, but 20 years of doing this suggests that its status isn't quite the same. Apologies if I'm offending any holders of the diploma for financial advisors by saying that. It probably goes without saying, but I should mention it. You need to have basic math skills and the ability to communicate in English, in writing and also spoken English. Don't let the maths bit overwhelm you. I'm not that great at maths. Software, calculators, they do a lot of the heavy lifting for us as financial planners. Nobody's expecting you to be able to calculate investment returns or tax bills in your head. So basic understanding is absolutely fine. Step 3, and because becoming a financial planner is about so much more than just your technical knowledge, you need to acquire a great deal of skills and practical experience. Beyond knowing about pensions legislation, how investments work, financial services regulation and taxation, you need soft skills too. If you're moving into the financial planning profession from another career, then you might come quite well equipped with a lot of these soft skills. It's the ability to ask good questions and listen to the answers. It's about empathy with individuals who are often going through very stressful situations. It's about decision making, and increasingly it's about the behavioural side of finance. If you need to brush up on these soft skills or learn them from scratch, then that's absolutely fine. There is a wealth of resources available. Read books. Seriously, if you're not already doing so, commit to reading at least one new book a fortnight covering these soft skills. Listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, absorb this stuff like a sponge. One of the organisations I really rate who are doing some fantastic work in this space around soft skill acquisition for new financial planners is Next Gen Planners. In fact, they offer a training contract which is worth checking out, as it's a programme for new entrants that takes you to the level 4 qualification level, and it gives you the skills training that you need along the way. That training covers the skills that you need to establish empathy, trust and rapport with new prospects and also with clients. I'll put a link to the Next Gen Planners training contracts in the description. Added to soft skills, I would add the ability to promote yourself, because an essential part of being a financial planner is the ability to generate leads and convert prospective clients into engaged clients. While the financial planning profession has moved on a long way from its old days of selling products, it is still a sales role, albeit with a focus on selling services, with the products coming much lower down in the process. You are going to need some sales skills too. That's it in a nutshell. 3 main steps to consider. 1, find an entry point into an existing financial planning business as an administrator or a trainee paraplanner. 2, start studying and get your qualifications. And step 3, acquire the necessary soft skills as well. One closing thought on this subject, on this question about becoming a financial planner: please go all in. This is not a profession you can dabble in or enter and then take it easy. There is a huge amount in terms of knowledge and skills to acquire, both initially and then also on an ongoing basis. Once approved by an authorised and regulated business, you have to maintain continuing professional development (CPD) each year, a minimum of 35 hours a year, and for many advisors at least 50 hours a year, depending on your qualification level and which advice areas you cover. Your minimum qualification requirement, that diploma in regulated financial planning, that is just a starting point point two. Financial planners who are serious about their careers continue to study. They become chartered financial planners, or they complete the CISI Certified Financial Planner qualification. There are tons of additional accreditations and memberships available out there, depending on the niche area you choose to follow. If you're entering the profession to sell mortgages or protection, then the bar is a little bit lower in terms of qualifications and continuing professional development. But as soon as you want to advise on pensions, investments, tax planning, just holistic financial planning, then you need to go all in. You need to take it incredibly seriously, because after all, you're advising people about what to do with their money and what to do with their life, and that is a serious business. Do you have any questions about becoming a financial planner? Drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my very best to answer every single one. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, I'm Martin Bamford, and remember, when it comes to your money, the more you know, the faster it can grow.